From frozen pipes to Hudson River blockades of ice, near normal temperatures remain out of sight. Good morning, everyone. This is Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this frigid Friday, the 20th of February 2015. Stepping out the door this morning with a lot of sunshine, but it's cold. Temperatures this morning were below zero, and in some cases as much as 10 or 15 degrees below zero this morning before sunrise. They didn't decouple as much because the winds were still strong. We have wind alerts, or not really wind alerts, wind chill advisories in effect until around 11 a.m. this morning, and they'll subside as the winds abate during this afternoon. Right now we still have westerly winds gusting to around 29, 30 miles per hour in spots here, especially around New York City and LaGuardia Kennedy Airport this morning. Wind chills making it feel like 15 to 20 degrees below zero this morning, and it's just bitterly cold. You're really going to have to bundle up. There's no mistake about it. Right now, temperatures are in Central Park at around 2, LaGuardia 4, interior Long Island, Islip at 3, Montauk Point at 8, White Plains up the Hudson River Valley is 0, Newburgh 2 degrees below 0, 1 degrees below 0 in Albany, New Jersey. Outside of Newark International, it's mostly sunny and 2, Caldwell's 1, Sussex County 1 degrees below 0. You get the idea here, and winds making it feel like it's about 15 to 20 degrees below 0 this morning. And the watches, warnings, and advisories for the New Jersey area, the wind chill advisory until the next 3 hours, and that's for the Arctic air that's in place tonight through Friday. And all of these will be going by the wayside, but the bitterly cold air will remain, however. On the ocean fronts here, we have small craft advisories, heavy freezing spray, small craft advisories, and low water advisories for the Delaware Bay at 2. And all of this is due to the Arctic air in place and plenty of chunks of ice, too, in the lower Hudson River here, making vessels very difficult to navigate through this region here of the Hudson River Valley. On the ocean fronts, we have small craft advisories in effect as well. On the ocean fronts is ice accretion warning, that's freezing spray, low water advisory, gale warnings, and this will continue for the northwest winds at 20 to 25 knots, gust up to 35 knots, and the seas 4 to 6 feet. Visible path of the satellite this morning shows mostly sunny skies, some high-level clouds across the region. You can see all the cold air cumulus pouring in over the ocean. We've even had some ocean snow being reported out over the coastal waters here as a result of all of that cold air rushing over the warm water. And, well, it's relatively warm water separated from the cold Arctic air mass that's already in place. Water vapor channel shows pretty much dry air in the area, and we're not really showing much in the way of precipitation across the region either. As a result of that, high pressure is building in across the region. Upper level low across Maine is scooting out to the north and east, and this will mean the pressure gradient will begin to relax today, but the air mass will be bitterly cold. We can see this on water vapor as a lobe of the polar vortex separated the upper level low now over Maine this morning, with a couple of Bort Maxes working underneath it. So an increase of some mid-level cloud or high-level cloud cover today, but most of the area will remain dry as high pressure is in control. This disturbance here and this disturbance here will be moving into our region with precipitation in the form of snow going over to ice and rain on Saturday. We'll get into that in a moment. On the aviational weather deck today, it's VFR, west to northwest winds, 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 to 30 through this morning. The winds begin to relax throughout the day as high pressure builds in. Gusts should remain under 20 knots by late this afternoon. For tonight, VFR conditions, light winds. Outlook Saturday and Saturday night, conditions deteriorating to MVFR and IFR, with a mix of rain and snow changing to rain. Some freezing rain may mix in around Allentown and Reading. Winds gradually shifting to the south by Saturday, gust up under 20 knots. Some speeds with low-level wind shear possible Saturday night. Sunday and Sunday night improving to VFR. Wind shift to the northwest, gust under 20 knots. Monday through Tuesday, VFR. Tuesday night, chance of lowering VFR ceilings with snow. And there's a low confidence on that, as that storm system may not come to fruition either. Right now outside of Newark, it's 2 degrees, dew point 14 degrees below zero, humidity 46%. The wind is west at 16, gust to 24, makes the wind chill feel like 17 degrees below zero. Winds will be the story today, this morning, and then abating by this afternoon with VFR conditions in place and skies becoming overcast by tomorrow morning. For Philadelphia, 3 degrees above zero, dew point 16 degrees below zero Fahrenheit, humidity 39%. The wind is out of the southwest at about 15. Dew point is about, wind chill rather, is 16 degrees below zero Fahrenheit. This cold air is really affecting my brain this morning too. Just can't function and think so clearly. Scattered clouds around the region, then becoming overcast by tomorrow morning and the winds abating under VFR conditions. We'll jump into the NAM forecast with the temperatures getting up, not so warm today, either side of 10 to 15 degrees, and then back down tonight into the single digits and below zero. Should be a little bit warmer with cloud cover increasing. Not as cold as it was this morning. And by Saturday afternoon, clouds increase. Snow begins to break out across the region during the afternoon. We'll show you that in a moment. But the temperatures tomorrow afternoon probably getting back up into the upper 20s and lower 30s by tomorrow afternoon. It's still below freezing in the mid and upper levels as the precipitation starts off as snow. And by the time we get to Saturday night and Sunday morning, that's where the temperatures really begin to spike at the surface and the mid and upper levels as well, changing the precipitation over. I'll show you that in a moment. And by the time we get to Sunday, this is our warmest day with temperatures still in the mid to the upper 30s across the region. And that still means that we're still below average. The normal highs are around 41, 42 degrees. And that means that we're going to stay slightly below average even on Sunday afternoon with precipitation moving through the region. Start off with an AM 4 kilometer and here a 12 kilometer. Here we go. Precipitation breaks out on Saturday afternoon across the region. It will be in the form of snow across most areas here, changing rapidly to sleet and then rain, central and southern portions during Saturday night and Sunday morning, and interior sections ice and rain. Snow on the northwestern fringes here could be a couple of inches. We'll show you those diagrams in just a moment. And then it just rains on Sunday morning across the region. It begins to dry out in the afternoon as an Arctic front passes through. And guess what? Colder air is on the way for Sunday night, Monday, especially Monday and Tuesday. Cold Arctic high pressure will be building in once again, and the thermal gradient will be tight, so we expect a lot more wind as well. GFS maps into motion. GFS forms the snow across the region and cuts the low up towards the Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence River Valley, keeps us on the warmer side. Rapid warming in temperatures at 850 and 925 millibars means it's all rain here at the surface on Sunday morning. We'll show you the diagrams of the snow and the ice in just a moment. That moves out. Cold, dry, Arctic high pressure builds in once again. Looks like the storm system and the Clipper will not conjoin on Tuesday night and Wednesday, and this is seen in both the global model, the GFS, and the CMC model. So it looks like we'll have to wait possibly till Friday. We're not discounting the chance of snow on a Tuesday night and Wednesday, but right now the model trends over the last several runs have been against that. After warming on Sunday, we're going back into the tank. Temperatures again in the teens on Tuesday. Tuesday night back into the single digits, back into the teens again, 20s. May warm it up a little bit on Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, and then another front comes through and more Arctic air builds into the region for next week as well. And that means that we are not seeing any warm up in sight. National Weather Service totals for northeastern New Jersey, lower Hudson River Valley, Connecticut, and Long Island. And this would be through 1 p.m. on Sunday, beginning on Saturday, and then continuing to Sunday. The total amounts of snow here probably 2 or 3 inches, maybe even lower than that on the east ends. Maybe 3 or 4 inches here would be the maximum. These numbers might be a little high too. And 4 to 6 inches across well interior lower Hudson Valley into interior northern Connecticut. Interior New Jersey and Pennsylvania, Susquehanna River Valley area, 1 to 2 inches. Over coastal areas, less than 1 inch here, right along the immediate coast from Ocean County down to Cape May. Interior locations away from the coast, 1 to 2 inches. Central Jersey, 2 to 3 inches. Northwestern New Jersey, north of 80 and 78 here, maybe 3, 4, 5 inches of snow in these areas here. These would be the maximum amounts of snow before everything goes to rain. 500 millibar height anomalies for the next 10 days here from the European, the GFS, and the CMC. Rex block still here out in the Pacific, positive PNA. Trough digging. Notice the separation a little bit as the polar vortex lifts further back towards the pole, but keeps the weakness here in the troughing through the central and eastern United States. That means that we're in for generally cold and below seasonal temperatures for the next 10 days with storms undercutting through this flow. So that's it for this Friday and for this week. We'll be back on Monday. For everything live, in live feed, it's Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecast Robert Smith. Stay warm, be safe, check on the elderly and everyone that needs heat, and definitely be safe outside.